spending is usually a sign of laziness. You make a commercial for £2 million. What that means is people can't be bothered thinking of a really exciting, unusual, original, daring way to get attention. So they get attention with a big budget. And it's clients are comfortable with that because it means they don't have to take any risks. If you have no money, you have to be daring. If you have to make in advertising, in our business, if you have no money, you've got to have a thought that shocks people. Otherwise, with no money, how am I going to get your attention? People think complicated thinking is clever thinking. They don't realise that you have to go beyond complicated to get to simple. And that's the exciting thinking, and it's more difficult. And if you look back at Occam's razor, which the Enlightenment was founded on, and where all modern philosophy came from, Descartes through to Kant, you'll find that was based on, let's strip it back until we get it so simple we cannot get it simpler. There's power in that, and real creativity in that there isn't in complexity. Believing that long words and complicated thoughts are intelligent, it isn't. That's just a smokescreen for lack of intelligence. I did economics O-level and I wasn't good at it, but one thing, A-level, I wasn't any good at it, but one thing that stuck with me was the difference between money wages and real wages. In a utopian society, you would make up for the lack of real wages with money wages. And real wages would be job satisfaction, how working conditions, peer group approval, things like that. So in a utopian society, a brain surgeon would earn less than a coal miner. Because a brain surgeon has great working conditions. He doesn't start work until he's nearly 30 years old with all the amount of schooling he has. He works short hours because he needs to be on his toes. Great peer group approval, well respected, tons of job satisfaction. A coal miner probably starts work when he's 13, 14, 15, doesn't hardly have any schooling, spends all the daylight hours underground. If he doesn't get killed by silicosis, he'll get killed in a cave-in. So he needs to have a lot of money wages to buy the real wages that he doesn't have in his job. Now, currently in the UK, no one accepts that. Everybody just has money wages as your total goal. It's a wage culture. And it came out of the excess, and hopefully you'll have to redress that now with the recession. And people will have to rediscover real wages, rather than just the laziness of a celebrity culture and a wage culture and money wages and bling. And a lack of thought. And the real measure for John Webster, who's my hero, wasn't did it win awards, anything dozy like that. The real measure was when you got on a bus, were people using your strapline on the bus? Were school kids singing your tune? When you turned on the TV, were they taking the mickey out of your advertising in some of the sitcoms? When you opened the paper, were they using your headlines? Were you getting into the language? That was his measure, and that's a really good, valid measure too. And I think those are all bigger valid measures than just D&AD or whatever the latest award is given by 12 advertising people to 12 other advertising people. Now, if I say to you, go compare, or if I say to you, meerkats, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because they get off the screen and into the language. And then what gets off the screen isn't the name of the bloke that's in front of you, it's the name of the product that you want them to use. So you do viral in a way that actually serves the purpose of what you're doing. Creativity. Creativity has to be to a purpose, or it's just grandstanding.